Elijah, فضل. Good. ها. الله أكبر الله أكبر. طيب, you can read it. فضل. رضيت بالله ها وبمحمد رسولا. نعم. طيب, هذا الدعاء وهذا الذكر يقال في أيما وقت. So you can say this dhikr anytime يا إخوان. أنت تمشي إلى المسجد تقال هذا أو تقول هذا ذكر. While you walk into the masjid, you can say this dua, this dhikr. فبعد الأذان, you can say this dhikr. في الصلاة, you say this dhikr. بعد الصلاة, you say this dhikr. فعندما الشخص يقول كيف أنت؟ تقول رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد عليه الصلاة والسلام رسولا. Someone says to you, how are you? One of the best ways to say how are you is to establish your iman in Allah, your contentment with Allah. You're being sufficient and content with Allah Ta'ala, His decree, and Al-Islam, and the Sunnah of the Messenger عليه الصلاة والسلام. طيب, أنا أقولها بالعربية وأنتم تترجمونها. I'll say it in Arabic, you translate it. ضيق. Narrow. Elijah. حسن. Handsome or good. مكسور. Sheikh Abdul Aziz. مكسور. Good. كبير. Sheikh Dawood. كبير. Large, big. Our sister in the back. قديم. قديم. Old, good. Yusuf, جديد. Good. طويل. Oh, you just asked about that one. قصير. Sheikh Dawood. قصير. Short. جميل. Sheikh Abdul Aziz. جميل. ما شاء الله. Handsome, beautiful. واسع. واسع. هذا المسجد واسع. واسع. يوسف. واسع. Vast. Wide. طيب. كتاب. Good. بحر. Elijah. See. Good. نهر. Good. Sheikh Abdul Wali. كرسي. كرسي. Good. عبد العزيز. شاي. I had some this morning. Good. قهوة. Good. Last word. آخر كلمة. طيب. قرأنا هذا. We read that one already. فنجان. Did we read that one before يا إخوان? فنجان. A cup. Good. طيب. لأصحاب الكتب, for all those that have the book, توقفنا على صفحة 25. 25. For all those that have the book, hopefully all of you have the book or a PDF of the book. You can turn to page 25. Page 25. وتوقفنا عند جملة الثاني عشر. الثاني عشر. And we stopped at the last sentence, I believe was sentence number 12. Sentence number 12. من يقرأها? Who can read sentence number 12? No? Good. أنا رجل. صح؟ وأنت ولد. That's right? Good. For our sister in the back, we know it's hard to see there. Yes, you can. Also, if you go to the site, you make it see a little easier on the video. Maybe a little more clear. طيب, أنا رجل وأنت ولد. من يترجمه? Who can translate? Elijah, تفضل. I am a man and you are a boy. طيب. أنا وأنت ضمير. So some pronouns, I think they mentioned 5 or 6 pronouns. We're going to mention 10 of them, inshallah. طيب. الضمير. First word of today. الضمير. Pronoun. الضمير. Pronoun. الضمير. 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 The pronoun. الضمير. 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 That's the what? You're right there. One is the blank and one is the what? One is a singular, one is a plural. ضمائر is what? ضمير is singular. Same word. One is singular, one is plural. Right? Not bad. We can put the plural there. That's fine. طيب. أنت وأنا وأنت الضمائر are pronouns. The plural is my shorthand for plural. Jim. Right? Not bad. We'll make it easier. I'll give you a different one. The reason I put Jim is because in Arabic that's the jamr, plural. So that's my shorthand. You can accept it, you can reject it. That's fine. Everyone can have their own shorthand. Instead of writing the whole word out, I just write Jim. That's plural. So you're going to write al-dhama'ir. 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 طيب. Pronouns, pronoun. جمع, مفرد. Singular, masculine. نذكر إن شاء الله تعالى عشرة منها. We're going to mention 10 of them. طيب عندنا درس غدا. We have class tomorrow. أريدكم حفظ نصفها. So I want you to memorize half of them. The best student amongst you is going to memorize all of them. Allahu Akbar. That's the best student. He's the one that's going to go home today. Although he had class earlier, he's going to get a little break, put his feet up, maybe get some tea. And then right after that, he's going to get back into it. The weak from amongst us, that's most of us, we're going to wait till tomorrow, right before class. Oh, I had homework? Allah Akbar. That's the weak. That's most of us. We take our notebooks, we get home, that notebook is on the shelf. I don't grab that notebook again until right before class. We don't want to be that student, yeah. We want to get rid of that student. Right. Everyone's going to learn at their own pace, but be diligent to the best of your ability. Right. So I'm going to mention 10. All I want you to do is memorize 5. Don't stop there. إذا يمكنكم أن تحفظ كلها فاحفظ كلها. If you can memorize all 10, memorize all 10. Don't let the teacher hold you back. Don't let your husband hold you back, your wife, your child. No one hold you back. You're doing it for Allah. For the Sheikh. Good. ضمائر. Good. Oh, and in the plural. Pronoun, pronouns. Right? So I'm gonna I'll give it to you easy, ikhwan. Give you an easy way. We're gonna go step by step. خطوة خطوة. خطوة خطوة. طيب. كلمتان. 2 words I want you to focus on right now. 2 words I want you to focus on right now. The first one is الضمائر. الضمائر. I'll say it, you say it. الضمائر. 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 For the ones who haven't learned their letters yet, you can write this. The ones that learned your letters, don't write this. Right? If you learned your letters, don't write the transliteration. Don't go backwards. If you haven't learned your letters yet, write the next thing. You're going to write al-dhama'ir. If you haven't learned your letters yet, اكتبوا هذا. Write that. الضمائر. الضمائر. طيب, the pronouns, plural. The pronouns. The pronouns. جمعا, plural. الضمائر. إذا ما حفظتم الحروف اكتبوا هذا. You haven't learned your letters yet? No problem. Write this. الضمائر. طيب, الضمائر is the pronouns. في الجمع إلاجة, plural. The pronouns, plural. Plural, جمعا. The pronouns. طيب, we're going to write this word how many times يا إخوان? 10 times. الضمائر. الضمائر. The pronouns. المفرد, the singular of this word, the singular, if you want to say one pronoun. الضمير. الضمير. الضمائر. الضمير. I'll say it, you say it. الضمائر. The pronouns. الضمير. A single pronoun. Singular, plural. المسلم. المسلمون. المسجد. المساجد. Singular, plural. We'll get to that later, inshallah. طيب, one pronoun. الضمير. الضمير. Singular. One or a pronoun. الضمير. In the singular. You want one pronoun like that. Right? The pronouns. الضمائر. الضمير. The pronoun. Talking about one. Singular. جمع. Singular. The pronoun. جمع مفرد. طيب, 2 words so far. Naeem? No. طيب, here, give you a benefit. You don't have to write a kasra if a ya is after it. You know it's there. Right? But since our sheikh mentioned it, we'll mention it. Inshallah. So we're going to write a kasra. الضمير. طيب, 2 words. Who can repeat the first 2 words? الضمائر. Good. 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 Sheikh Abdul Good. الله أكبر. تفضل. Good. طيب, شيخ شيخ داود. Good. الله أكبر. من لا يفهم, who doesn't understand. لا تستحي في التعليم. It's not allowed to be shy when you're learning. Either تفهم or لا تفهم. Either you understand or you don't. It's not allowed to be shy when you're learning. كلنا لنا بدء. Everyone has a start. حتى أنا. Even me. طيب. كلكم فاهمون. Everybody understand? طيب, test number 1. No test, يا إخوان. I wasn't a good test taker يا إخوان. طيب. سأذكر بعضها. We're going to mention some of them, inshallah. Number 1. أنا. First pronoun we're going to learn is أنا. أنا. الرجل يقول أنا. المرأة تقول أنا. The man says أنا. I. And the woman also says أنا. I. So أنا is I or me. Then we have نحن, the plural. نحن. Us or we. نحن. Us or we. نحن. أنا, I. or me. نحن, us, or we, depending on how it's used in English. أنا, I. نحن, us. ثالثها, number 3. أنت, you, masculine. You, masculine. أنت, you, masculine. أنت. So now we have 3. أنا, I. نحن, we. أنت, you, masculine. Number 4. أنتِ, you, feminine. There's a masculine and a feminine in Arabic. مذكر ومؤنث. You, feminine. Same meaning. You're just talking to a female now. In Arabic, you talk to a man differently than how you talk to a woman. طيب, I'll say it, you say it. أنا, I. نحن, us. أنت, you, masculine. أنتِ, you, feminine. طيب, هذا سهل يا أخوان. It's easy for you guys يا أخوان. طيب, خامسها, number 5. أنت, أنتِ. طيب, this is the tricky part. المثنى, when it comes to the dual. في الإنجليزية هذا لا يوجد. هذا لا يوجد. In English, you don't have this. There's not a pronoun for 2 people in English. طيب. في العربية موجود. In Arabic, this is there. So you say أنتما, أنتما, you two. You don't have that in English. It's either me or us. There's no 2 of us in English. Us. In Arabic, you have a أنتما. Next pronoun, أنتما, you two. أنتما, you two. You two. أنتما, you two, masculine. You two. It's 2 of you now. Masculine. Now the tricky part, يوجد شيء للمذكر وشيء للمؤنث. There's something for the masculine, something for the feminine. Like أنت, you masculine. أنتِ, you feminine. أنتما, you two men. Then there's another أنتما for the women, نفس الكلمة, but it's the same word. Same word. But one is for the masculine, one is for the feminine. Right? So we're going to write this word twice. أنتما, write it again. أنتما. One أنتما is for the men. Another أنتما is for the women. The sister asked a good question. كيف نفهم الفرق? How do you know the difference? It's 2 girls, 2 women, 2 sisters, 2 men. طيب. What else? How else do you know the difference? Close. We ain't get there yet. We're going to catch up to you, inshallah. طيب. How do you know the difference, Yusuf? Give us a benefit. How do you know the difference? If I say أنتما, you two, who am I talking to? How do you know if it's male or female? Who they are? Something else. I want you to see. Hey, how do you know the difference? Am I talking to 2 men or 2 women? How I know? Not 1 man, 2.
It's the same word.
على حسب الجملة, على سياق الجملة, based upon the context, how it's being used. Say I can't see you. Say I'm on the phone. Can't see who I'm talking to. But how I'm using it in the siyaqa, the context, you can determine. So some signs, anti is clear, anti is feminine. Look at it. Antuma, one is for the masculine, one is for the feminine. Muslim, muslima. They look different. Right? Antuma, the next word is the exact same word. We're going to write this word twice. Number 6, you're going to write antuma. الذي يريد منكما أن تعلموا الفرق الأول للمذكر والثاني للمؤنث. What I want you to understand that there's a difference. One is for the masculine, one is for the feminine. The same word. Sometimes the same word can have different meanings. The same word. In Arabic, you can say azoj. You know the word zoj? Zoj. What's the meaning of the word zoj? Spouse. That's a good one. Spouse. Or mate. Masculine or feminine? The husband or the wife? The wife. Zoj is feminine. I give you a tremendous benefit. This next year's benefit. Inshallah. Zoj. Our sister says. Number 5. Write it again. The 6th one is the 5th one. We're going to write number 5 twice. 5 and 6. The word zoj has 2 meanings. Right? All of you know the first. A husband. There's an opposite of the husband, and that is the wife. Also, you could say zoj. In Arabic, you could say, hada zoji. This is my husband. And then a man can say, wa hadihi zoji. And this is my wife. The word zoj, you're going to write husband, and you're going to write wife. Can be both. And that's a lot in Arabic. So zoj, you're going to write husband, also wife. Then you have another word, zoja. Zoja. And that's only wife. But the masculine can be masculine and it can be feminine. The feminine can only be feminine. You guys with me? So Arabic is a bit tafsir, has some detail. Tfadal. And whom. Good. That's the pronoun. We didn't get to that one yet. But the whom is 3 or more. May Allah be pleased with them, 3rd person. 2 people, 3rd person. We didn't get there yet either. You with the sheikh. Y'all little. Y'all on the app. Y'all shopping. Huh? Thou and the, that's more like the classical English. You say, I came to thou house. In our city in Philly and Jersey, I may not know what you're talking about. But say you studied, I don't know, who they got some eloquence. Say you were down south. Yeah, I think he has that Britain English. So they say thou. It means the. You can use either. Say in Arabic, and we don't want none of the women to get offended. Don't get me in trouble, ya ikhwan. In gender, in language, not in language, the man or the male gender is stronger than the female gender in language. In reality, that's something different. Some of our women, they are stronger than us. Most of our women are stronger than us. That's fine. In the language, the male gender is stronger than the female gender. If you have 5 sisters and 1 man, you can use the masculine you. Because his one self in the language is stronger than their 5 in the language. That's okay. So number 6, you're going to write antuma. Number 5 and number 6 are the same. Number 5 and number 6 are the same. Antuma. Antuma. You 2 women. One is masculine, one is feminine. You 2 women. So we have 2 antuma. Antuma, you 2 men. Antuma, you 2 women. So it should be 2. We're almost done. And then we'll get back to our homework, inshallah. Number 7, سابعها. Number 7, أنتم. You 3 men, or 3 or more. 3 or more men. أنتم. أنتم. You 3 or more men. You 3 or more men. أنتم. You 3 or more men. Number 8, ثامنها. For there's a masculine, there's a feminine. Now we have the feminine. أنتن. 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 Now you're never going to hear this one, ya ikhwan, unless the scholars of the Arabic, the students of Arabic, you're going to hear this one. أنتن. 3 or more women. أنتن. 3 or more women. You 3 or more women. You're talking to them. 3 or more women. Antum, 3 or more men. Antunna, 3 or more women. Now you barely hear this one. A lot of us, we don't speak Arabic correctly. So we don't speak to the female like we should. And we don't speak to the male like we should. There's a gender in Arabic. On the noon, shadda. Yep. Shadda over the noon, ya ikhwan. Antunna. Antunna. So now we have 8. Who can recite all 8? Fadda. Raise your voice. Good. 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 Antuma. Good. Good. Antum. Good. Who else, ya ikhwan? Father Sheikh. Good. 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 Allahu Akbar. Father Abdul Aziz. Good. 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 Allahu Akbar. Ahsant. Father Sheikh. Good. 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 MashaAllah. Ahsant. Father Sheikh. Good. 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 MashaAllah. Sheikh Abdul Wali. Father. Good. 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 Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Who else, ya ikhwan? Father. And Surah to Yusuf. And Surah to Yusuf. A sister asked me some time ago, do you find the genders in the Quran? The answer is yes, ya ikhwan. One of the best ways to study the Arabic is not the way we do it nowadays. Medina book, Bani Adaik, New Arabic Grammar, Muhammad Saud, one of my favorite, Kitab al-Asasi. All these books are tremendous. Gateway. There are many, ya ikhwan. I like to mention all so nobody won't get offended. طيب. I'm missing some. Al-Arabiyyah Jamila, the Arabic language is beautiful. There are many. أهم من كل هذا العربية التي تؤخذ من الكتاب والسنة. The best way, inshallah we'll get there one day, is to learn Arabic from the Quran and the Sunnah. This is the best way to learn Arabic. That's why if you find some of the students, they study Arabic and then they are weak in Quran or weak in the Sunnah because we're not studying the Arabic from the right sources. This is to get us going. Like when you're riding a bike, you have the training wheels. This is training wheels. We're not done when we get done this book. We're just getting started. It's like getting a degree in a university. Now you're a big sheikh? No. In America, you're a big sheikh. In a Muslim country, the sheikh is going to say, MashaAllah, now you're a student of knowledge. Allahu Akbar. In our country, you got an ijazah, you're a sheikh. You're just getting started. That's grade 1. You got a degree. Yep. In America, you're big time. In the Muslim world, you're in first grade. Alhamdulillah. And it's not to belittle no one. This is the truth here. At any rate, so the genders are in the Quran. Surah Yusuf, Surah Al Imran, Surah Dhariyat, many surah. When Allah's talking to a female, look at the gender. Anti. Anti, feminine. Why? Allah's talking to a female. When Allah's talking to a male, anta. Why? He's talking to a male. So the Arabic, the original Arabic, is in the Quran and the Sunnah. طيب من لا يفهم, who doesn't understand? كلكم. Our sister, تفضلي. نعم. نون. نح. نون. ح. نون. نحن. نحن. طيب. You guys understand this one, يا إخوان? We can continue to the next part? Or too much? We're missing a few more. I said I was going to give 10. 2 more. I'm a substitute here. I don't have no space. طيب. Today we're going to learn 10. We have 8. طيب. تاسعها. Number 9. Whom. Whom. Third person. Whom. Those. Third person. 3 or more men. Whom. Huh? Masculine. Mudhakkar. Masculine. Whom. Third person. 3 or more men. You're going to write 3 or more. Those. Third person. Those. Or you can write them. Masculine. 3 or more. Not 2. That was antuma. In Arabic, there's a jama', a plural. Whom is 3 or more. If it's 2 of them, it's not whom. And we'll do one more. للمؤنث for the females. 3 or more women. You're never going to hear this one. Memorize this one, ya ikhwan. It's eloquent, especially in the West. You're going to be a sheikh in America. You memorize this. Number 10. Now don't learn just so something, not like that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that example. Don't learn. So now the brother said, I'm a sheikh. Yeah, he said it. Not like that. Not like that, ya ikhwan. These are just to encourage. Sometimes when the scholars call the students sheikh, sometimes it means, in my eyes, you're a sheikh. Sometimes it means that. Sometimes it doesn't mean that. You're on your way, but you're a student of knowledge, but I'm encouraging you. Keep on going. When I first got to Egypt, there was a big sheikh there, Sheikh Muhammad al-Hulwani, from the students of Sheikh Uthaymeen. My first 5 classes there. So I know the sheikh didn't mean it like that. So he sat there, and they said, oh, Sheikh Abu Abdullah al-Amriki, tfadal. And my friend said, oh, the sheikh called you sheikh. There it is. I said, no, not like that. He's encouraging you. He calls everyone sheikh. That's an encouragement. Tashji'an lil-ilmi, to encourage you. Nowadays, we take encouragements. There it is. I'm the imam. I'm the sheikh. Not like that. Just encourage you. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on seeking knowledge. Keep on memorizing. Like that. طيب. The last one, inshallah, hunna. You're going to be an imam in America, you memorize this. Inshallah. Hunna. 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 Those 3 or more women. Hunna. Third person. Those. Or you can say them. Feminine. 3 or more women. 3 plus. So whom, those 3 or more men. Hunna, those 3 or more women. And then the last part of today's class, we're going to learn how to give salams to the men and to the women. You ever studied that before, ya ikhwan? تفضل. He mentioned 6 of them, 4 of them. That's fine. Yeah, that's why I mentioned in the beginning. He's going to bring again later. The first couple lessons is just to see, are you going to be serious? So everything is general. So I mentioned 10 or so. He mentioned 4 or 5. What page are you on? You can also go to 23 and get 4 of them that we mentioned. 5 of them. Right? I mentioned there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more main ones, but we'll save that for tomorrow, inshallah. Right? 4 more. Hunna, huma. 2 more. 4 more. I was right the first time. Huh? No, thumma is not a pronoun. Thumma is a harf ataf, a conjunction. طيب, so 4 more tomorrow. Now we're going to do one last thing, inshallah. How to give salams. It's a benefit, inshallah. طيب, كيف يسلم المسلم على المسلم? How does one Muslim male give salams to another Muslim male? Oh, I erased it from the system. Did you get all of them, sister? Okay, we'll help you after inshallah. طيب. How does one Muslim male give salams to one Muslim male? Assalamu alaikum. طيب, close. Assalamu alaikum. Closer. You're right there though. Hey, assalamu alaikum. So you're never going to hear these, ikhwan. I want you to practice them. Don't practice them to show off. No, I don't want you to do like that. I want you to be sincere in whatever you do. But I want you to practice. You have a benefit here in East Orange. You have Arab, Africans that know Arabic language. So it's not like where I'm from, where you don't have no one to practice with. You guys have Arab. You can stand in front of the door and just wait. I learned 20 words. As soon as the imam comes in, Assalamu alaikum ya imam, kayfa halukum, kayfa anta, kayfa ahlukum, and practice. He's not going to get mad. He'll say, oh, you're studying Arabic. Alhamdulillah. The imam leaves, wait till another brother comes. Hey, anta, hiya, huma, hunna. He's going to say, shukran, you're studying Arabic too. Allahu Akbar. Next brother, alhamdulillah. That's a benefit, ikhwan. I remember in Yemen, wallahi, some of my best companions I ever had to this day. I just mentioned this in class earlier. Every time we used to see them, brother. One of my brothers, Mutakabbir from Jamaica, the brother Shaq from Canada, Abdul Hakim, you know Abdul Hakim Amariki, alhamdulillah. Some of the best brothers I ever met in my life. As soon as you meet the brothers, they say, hey, Hati hadith. Give me a hadith. I'm giving you salams, and you telling me to give you a hadith? Yes, give me a hadith. قال النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام إنما الأعمال بالنيات. Shukran. Assalamu alaikum. I've never seen nothing like that in my life. I see you have the asr. Hadith. Give me another hadith. This is one of the best ways to practice, to make review. Also one of the best ways to strengthen the brotherhood. We can come together on sports, coffee, tea. Who's going to come together and go over some knowledge? One last time we invited someone to our house. Let's read some Quran together. Alhamdulillah. We could talk about each other, talk about sports, talk about this, but who's going to do the circles of benefit? When the last time you seen 2 brothers reading Quran together? You barely see that. You see brothers talking about sports. You saw the game last night. We see that all night. When last time you seen 2 sisters going over hadith together? Stuff like that you barely see, ikhwan. You barely see. When last time you saw 2 brothers have a Muslim conversation? You bring your point, I respectfully listen. I bring my point. You barely see that. طيب, 2 men giving salams. You say, Assalamu alayka. Assalamu alayka. One male to another male. Assalamu alayka. Assalamu alayka. This kaf, harf al-khitab. It's a particle or letter that indicates you're talking to one male. Ka. Salamu alayka. May the peace of Allah be upon you. One person. Salamu alayka. Assalamu alayka. طيب مثنى. Two men. You're in the masjid, أنت في المسجد. يدخلان أو يدخل رجلان. Now two men come in. How do you get salams to two men? Close. So corruptum. They're right there. Huh? They're right there. Two men. Now you're going to say, Assalamu alaykuma. You remember the antuma? Becomes kuma. Salamu alaykuma. So two men now. You're going to say, the salam stays the same. Assalamu. Now the pronoun is going to change. Alay stays the same. Kuma. Upon both of you. Upon you both. Alaykuma. May the peace of Allah be upon both of you. You're talking to two people. Two men. Alaykuma. Well, I'll say it, you say it. Assalamu alayka. Assalamu alaykuma. طيب فائدة benefit. كل ما ترى أو كل ما ترى هذه الألف المقصود اثنين. Every time you see this alif, the intent is there are two people or two things. Every time you see this alif, the intent is there are two people. طيب, now we have one man, alayka, upon you. Two men, alaykuma, upon you both. Last one for the men, the plural. Three or more men. This is the one that we all say. Assalamu alaykum. Three or more. Assalamu alaykum. Ka, kuma, kum. Ka, kuma, kum. One man, ka. Two men, kuma. Three men, kum. طيب. الآن للمؤنث. Almost done. Now the feminine. Ahsant. For the feminine, it's almost verbatim. إلا هذا وهذا. Except that this one changes and this one changes. This one stays the same. One woman, you say, the kaf becomes ki. Ka becomes ki. When you hear the ka, it's always masculine. You hear the kum, always masculine. The ka انقلبت الكسرة الفتحة كسرة. So this fatha becomes a kasra. That's it for the feminine. So the feminine, we're going to say Assalamu alayki. This one is the mudhakkar, masculine. This one is the mu'annath. Masculine, feminine. Now we have mu'annath, feminine. We learned that later, ikhwan. Mu'annath, feminine. That's 2 chapters the way we get to there, inshallah. Mu'annath, mudhakkar. So now we're going to say to one female, Assalamu alayki. A female to a female. She's not going to say ka. No, she's not masculine. The wife giving salams to her companion. She's not going to say salamu alayka. No. She's going to say salamu alayki. Ki. Salamu alayki. The kaf, the fatha becomes kasra. May the peace of Allah be upon you in the feminine manner. The two men stays the same. This is antuma. Remember earlier? Antuma. That's that. Stays the same. Salaam alaykuma, two men. Salaam alaykuma, two women. That stays the same. So pay attention there. This one stays the same. You give salams to two men the same way you give salams to two women. Nothing changes. That one stays the same. That's the only one that stays the same. So two women, you're going to say the same exact way. Assalamu alaykuma stays the same. I want you to practice this, ya ikhwan. Especially at our masjid here. You have a benefit that most masajid don't have. You can practice your Arabic. You can learn a word. Now I'm happy. I'm learning this word. And guess what? I have somebody to practice with. That's a blessing, ya ikhwan. So you get your wife off of Facebook. Hey, listen to this word. And then go right back. Today I learned anta. I'll say it, you say it. Give her a benefit. Anta, anti, huma, hum, shukran. Talk to you later. Alhamdulillah. I'll wait till I get to the masjid. See my beloved brother. He's studying Arabic also. As soon as he walks in, I'd rather get on your nerves with benefit than getting your nerves talking about the dunya and the sports. And alhamdulillah. We can talk about that anytime. Three or more women. You're never going to hear this one, ya ikhwan. This one is eloquent. Assalamu alaykunna. Kunna. Three or more women. Assalamu alaykunna. You remember the antunna? Kunna. That's where that comes from. Alaykunna. Same shadda. Alaykunna. So I'll say it, you say it. For the man, one man. Assalamu alayka. Two men. Assalamu alaykuma. Three men. Or more. Assalamu alaykum. One woman. Assalamu alayki. Two women stays the same as two men. Assalamu alaykuma. Three or more women. Assalamu alaykunna. No. Man la yafham. Who doesn't understand? A benefit of fiqh. And then we're done. What about when one person gives salams to one person and he uses it in the plural? The brother comes in, he's alone, mufradan, he's singular. I say salamu alaykum. I said it in the plural. He's by himself. Who am I giving salams to? He's by himself. Nobody else. Hey, himself and the angels that are with him. He's alone. I can't see no one else, but he's not alone. So you can use this in the plural, but your intent is one or two things. One, as our beloved Sheikh mentioned, he has angels with him. I can't see them. But my Lord has told me, my Prophet has told me, there are angels with the Muslims, with the people. Assalamu alaikum. May the peace of Allah be upon you and those who are with you from the malaika. Second possibility. This is something that we don't do a lot of. Speaking with manners. Many of us, if you have manners nowadays, you're soft, you're not on the sunnah, you're this, you're that. But manners are from Islam, ya ikhwan. Manners are from Quran and Sunnah. Now I can be speaking with manners. So you're alone, but I'm going to talk to you in a high level. I'm going to dignify my status or your status towards me. So I'm not going to talk to you in the singular. I'm going to talk to you in the plural. So you talk to the sheikh, you're never going to say anta. No. A wife to a husband is never going to, back in the day, not nowadays. Now, you're not going to talk to someone that has status, a level over you in the singular. You contact the sheikh. Ya sheikh, I have a question for you. You're going to use the plural you. How are you? The plural you. Why? He has status. A son to the father. The son is never going to say, how are you in the singular. No. It's a son to a father. He's going to use the plural. So if you hear the plural, one or two possibilities. One, I'm talking to the angels that are with you. Or two, I'm giving you status. Allah does this in the Quran a lot also. The Christians, they say, see, you guys have Father, Son, Holy Ghost also. The Muslim says, A'udhu Billah. There's no Son, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost. They say, I read your Quran. Allah says, we. Who is the we? Allah. Why is he saying we? In the language, you can praise yourself. You can give status to yourself by using the plural. Back in the slavery times, I hate to say that, ikhwan, in the times that the people were affected with slavery, the ones that have knowledge of the language, they would talk to the people in charge of them in the plural. How are we? That's in the language. How are we today? In the plural. How are you? You didn't hear the you because it's English, but that's the royal plural. So today we did the salams. We didn't finish the homework, inshallah ta'ala. For those that haven't yet memorized all of the words, you have one more night, inshallah. Tomorrow, we're going to try to memorize all the words as a group, inshallah. Continue your homework. We're on page 25. Did anyone finish all the sentences? Almost? For the shape.
So when I say to you, if I'm saying the salam, so if I say Assalamu alayka,
Good.
rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Now that stays the same. That's a good question. The pronoun that you're going to see is on the kaf or the kuma or the kum. The rahmatullah wa barakatuh stays the same. Right? Salamu alayka wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Salamu alaykuma wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Salamu alaykum stays the same. The only thing that's going to be affected is the kaf. Right? That's it. That's it. 2 women, 2 daughters, 2 wives, 2 sisters. Salamu alaykuma. Kayfa halukuma. Aina tadhhab. That's a verb. That's different. Type in the noun. What else you can say? Kayfa amalukuma. How was your work? Kayfa darasukuma. How was the class? Your class of 2 people. Right? So today we're still on 25. Keep going over your words. One of the main benefits of this book, ya ikhwan, is the amount of vocab. Some of the principles that we mentioned, that's not the goal. That's just a benefit. The main goal your first 2 years of Arabic is memorizing vocabulary, not the principles. You learning vocab. Every day I want you to try your best to memorize 3 new words. If you have a good memory, 5 new words. If you have a great memory, 10 new words. That's awesome, ya ikhwan. At least 1 word a day. Mudhakkar. Make the fatha over the dhamma, over the kaf. Mudhakkar. Masculine. Mu'annath. Feminine. Any questions, ya ikhwan, for today's class? Yusuf, you still with us? For those who are studying their letters, a brother asked us yesterday, Thursday after class, your class seems advanced. Can I come? I haven't learned my letters. I said, you can still come. There are brothers who haven't learned their letters. There are sisters who haven't learned their letters. You can still learn your letters and learn words. Don't let shaitan trick you. Well, since I'm learning my letters, I can't memorize a word. No, you can do both. I can still learn alif, ba, ta, and learn as-salam means peace. You can do that.
You had mentioned that the brother is coming in by himself.
No.
Into the masjid. And if he gives salam, there's other people in here.
No.
So he is in the third.
Good.
Alaikum, right?
Good. So the question was, you giving salams to him. Say it's all of us. One brother comes in. We should say to him, he's alone. Assalamu alayka. Because he's alone. Unless we're giving salam to the angels or we're giving him status in the language. He returns it back to a group of Muslims. Salam wa alaykum. Because there's 3 or more of us.
Also, the onus was on the individual entering.
Who has more right to give salams first?
Yeah.
That's true. Say he starts. Salamu alaykum. How do we reply? He's by himself. Wa alayka. So the best way, ikhwan, with any language is to practice it. No matter how many times you write the words, ikhwan, if we don't utilize the words, we're not going to benefit. Or if we do benefit, it's going to be a small amount. So writing the words is not the goal. What's the goal? To memorize them. Our sister. Mm. Now, the sister asking a good question of fiqh now, similar to our brother's question. If there's men and women there, now you would just say kum, and that includes the women and the men. If you said the kunna, that would not include the men. So remember, the men's gender is stronger. So there's sisters and brothers. I say salam alaikunna. I didn't say nothing to the men. I just say, how are you, sisters? Look at those guys. Right. I say salam alaikum. I include the men and the women. So the females are in the kum, but the kum are not in the kunna. If that makes any sense. Father. I give you a tremendous Arabic writing book, ya ikhwan. I'm a different from most people. I studied in Africa and Yemen. My speech may be different. From the best books to learn how to write is the Quran. What does that mean? How can the Quran teach you how to write? What am I going to do? I'm just going to take the Quran script and just copy it. Because those books that teach you, for example, they're beneficial, but they take you from level to level to level to level to level to eventually be at the Quran. Mm. My writing, I told you in the beginning, I can type better than I can write. My writing is not the best. May Allah forgive me for not taking time out to increase my writing. My writing is not that good. I can write on paper, but on the board, and then even fi'ala. I'm weak in that. My memes in my that's fine. Just remind me, and I'll try to beautify it best I can, or I'll let you know. This is a meme hat here. This is the salt. My point is, you take the Quran, you take the Mus'haf. Who has a copy of Mus'haf? You take the Quran. One of the best ways to get your writing up. This is how you want to write. There are many scripts you can use. Bismillah. This is one of the best examples you can give. If you can write like this, your writing is awesome. Don't change it. This is eventually how you want your writing to be. If you can write like this, your writing is excellent. So one of the best ways to do is take the best and mimic or copy the best. I don't have to start here and make my aleph a certain way, and then when I get to second grade, I'm gonna change that, and then when I get to eighth grade, now I'm eventually going to write from the Quran. I can skip all of those years. Life is short. Take one page of Quran and just write it. Use the Quran as your guide. Then tomorrow, come back and write the same page again. Do that 3 times. Then come back, do page number 2. You're not memorizing it right now. You're copying the script. It's one of the best ways to write. That's what I would say. When you're writing, your goal number 1 is just to write. Comprehension is something different. So if I want to learn what I'm writing, that's me memorizing the words. That's something else. I have to memorize it now. But the brother was asking about just writing. Writing, there's no memorizing there. There's no hadith. There's none like that. So 2 things. So you take the Quran. Also, I'll add to that, if you have the nice clear scripts of the hadith, that nice laser print, that's awesome too. Just mimic that. That's the best. Other than that, there are nice children's books you can follow also. That's good. At the end of that, the last class, the teacher's going to take you to writing into the Quran now. What I'm saying is skip that. Some scholars say memorize Usul al-Thalatha, and then Qawaid al-Arba, and then Kitab al-Tawheed, and then. Life is short. I would say take a book that has all of them in it and start off with Kitab al-Tawheed. Everything you need in Usul al-Thalatha, everything you need in Qawaid al-Arba, everything you need in Kashf al-Shubahat is in Kitab al-Tawheed. So I memorized 1 book. You did 3. I also did 3 without memorizing your 3. How is that? Those books are in this book. Take Aqidah Wasitiyya. You don't have to do Wasitiyya and then Usul al-Thalatha and then Qawaid al-Arba. You don't have to do that. You already did it. It's in Wasitiyya. Life is short. You guys with me? I remember our sheikh used to say, some scholars say, learn this book and then learn that book and then learn this book. That's awesome if you can do that. Or take a general, medium-sized book that includes all of that and memorize it. If you can do it. Now, if you can't memorize, no problem. Start off with something small. 40 hadith first, for example. That's what I would love to do. A hadith memorizing class. That's awesome, ya ikhwan. To get the people back to memorizing the words of the Messenger, alayhi salatu salam. And then you learn 40 hadith. It's going to take you 2 months only. 40. Alhamdulillah. Then after that 40, let's do a bigger book. Now I got 100 hadith under my belt. Then let's do a bigger book. 400 hadith under my belt. Then let's do a bigger book. Alhamdulillah. But if you can start off skipping those small books, if you can do it, then do it. Further. Last point. Go ahead. The letters. Okay. Have you memorized? You finished your letters already?
Yeah, yes, I have. I noticed there's two T's, T-A, and brother was like, that's not correct, but
There's what?
T-A, top.
It's not two ta. Two different letters.
Yeah, they're two different letters, but they look like they're spelled the same, T-A.
Okay, I'll give you a benefit, and I hope you capture it, inshallah. I hope I can say it as clear as I intend to. In the Arabic language, ikhwan, you only do the transliteration to help you, but don't focus on the transliterations. So when the brother said there's a ta, there's two ta, there's not two ta, there's only one ta. It's only one ta. The other one is another letter that's close to ta, maybe, but it's not pronounced nothing like the ta, and you don't have it in English. So it's only one ta, Yusuf. It's only one ta. Smiley face, two dots. Ta. That's it. Smiley face, make it easy. Smiley face, you're never going to forget that. Smiley face, two dots. No matter how big you make the smiley face, no problem. Ta, ta. Then when you get advanced, it's going to be a straight line. Ta, ta. No problem. As long as I learn smiley face, two dots. That's it. You guys with me? Then there's another letter. Her name is Paul. Paul. She doesn't look nothing like her. Ta, Paul. Nor does she sound like that. But the transliteration, we don't have this sound in English in one letter. So we have to make it. You may put T-A-W, T-A-U, but we don't have one letter that sounds like Paul. We don't have that. So the transliterations bridge the gap until you learn your letters. But remember, the best way is to learn your letters, ikhwan, is to write them. That's fine. Little by little, little by little. I'll give you something a little more better than learning your name. Learn all the letters. That's number one. That's better. But your name, we had that first class. And I think we gave that benefit because of you. How can you say Yusuf, ya ikhwan? You're going to write ya, sin, fa. That's it. That's your name. That's your name right there, separately.
So wait, so if I do that, so I'm writing my name three separate different ways now.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't worry about that yet. Like you're here, you're in high school. We didn't get there yet. Come back down to middle school. You want to skip first. He a genius. I ain't doing no 8th grade, yet. Hey, that's the point I'm trying to get you to say. Writing your name is awesome. But knowing how to write your name without learning the rest of the letters is not as beneficial as you think. It's more honorable to learn the letters than to learn only how to write my name. So learn your name. I'm not saying, I don't want you to misunderstand my point. Don't learn how to write your name. It's your name right here. 3 letters. Write this down. Ya, sin, fa. That's your name. Now, 2 years later, you're going to see when these merge together, they look different. When he merges with her, they look different. But what's the benefit of showing you that now if you can't see it? So right now, you want to write your name? Write this. Ya, sin, fa. That's how I want you to sign your name on your paper. Ya, sin, fa. And then next week, you're going to see when the ya comes together with the sin, the look of it changes. But right now, if we do it now, I'm afraid that tomorrow you're going to say, I don't see what I'm doing. But you go step by step by step. I think it'll be more beneficial, inshallah. But For the lack of benefiting, we'll stop here, ikhwan. For our brother Yusuf. There are 6 names, 6 ways you can write your name. We mentioned one of them. We mentioned a lot of them, yeah, ikhwan. You're going to write Yusuf. Yusuf. Also, this waw can go away, and you can write Yusuf. Also, you can write Yusuf. Many ways, ikhwan. That's the language. That shows the vastness of the language. And we'll stop there, ikhwan. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وأكرمكم الله. May Allah bless you all, يا إخوان. وفيكم بارك الله يا شيخ. وفيك بارك الله. So I want you to practice for homework, يا إخوان. Feminine was? Good. مؤنث.
Okay.
You're right.
Make sure I got it right.
You got it right.